Yeah, what's going on? I'm Norman Fang.
And I'm King Ransom.
And this is Fang from Ransom. We live at the RDE complex with our special guest. Introduce yourself, bro.
My name is Nias Martin. From Baltimore, Maryland, 24 years of age. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Pro athlete. What else? I got a son I take care of. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah, that's what's up. Tell us, you said you're a pro athlete. Tell us like where it all started. You know what I mean, from the beginning.
All the way back to rec ball when I was 4.
Right.
4 years old, I played rec ball. Went to high school, went to Dunbar. Went to Dunbar with my man T. Young.
Right. You see him repping
Dunbar
posts all day. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I went to Dunbar from 2009 to 2013. Graduated in 2013.
Right.
Played JV 2 years and went to varsity. I got moved up from JV to varsity my sophomore year, so I actually got 3 state championships out of that. My senior year was my best year, of course. Everybody that was in my class, we had a crazy class.
Right.
A couple of them went D1, a couple of them went D2, a couple of us went JUCO, but we all ended up going to school.
Right.
In the playoffs, we blew everybody out by like 50 points. Nobody scored on us in the playoffs.
Right.
So that's where it started really from Dunbar. And then
What position you pull up?
high school, I played running back and cornerback.
Right.
And then as I got in 11th grade and 12th grade, I just stuck to playing cornerback.
Right.
Then after that, I went to JUCO school in California called Hartnell College, 2-year school. It was a good experience. It was a struggle though, because how we was living and how we had to provide for ourselves. You know what I'm saying? They didn't provide us housing, but they helped us with school. So we had to go to school, go to practice, and then had to get a job overnight. So you really couldn't really get no sleep.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it was really like we had to pay rent. And where I lived in a house when I first got there.
Right.
But we had got put out doing some knucklehead stuff.
Right.
So then we ended up moving to like a shed. This guy was renting out a shed he made into like a little small house. He ended up renting it out to us for like $200 a piece. It was set up good and everything, but it was like 3 of us in one spot. So it was like my bed right here, his bed right here, his bed right. So it was no privacy. You know, you in college, you gonna be with girls.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We had a rule as though it was like if you wanted to be with a female, you had to put $5 in the bucket. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, you know, you put your money in the bucket, you get an hour and a half. At that hour and a half, we knock on the door because we're trying to get in the house.
Exactly right.
You know what I'm saying? So that was pretty much what it was in JUCO. I went there my freshman year. I won all freshmen in California. I won freshman of the year. I ended up being another 3-pointer in the state. I balled out. I had 7 interceptions and 16 pass breakups. I was second in California for JUCO for the interceptions. And then after that, it was like a life-changing event for me because I started getting schools calling me, like D1 schools from all over.
Basically, the hard work paid off.
Yeah, pretty much.
You doing and all that.
Pretty much.
So what was the transition like from high school to JUCO? Like, far as
I mean, it was different. The game was faster, of course. Everybody was bigger. And then it was just a different atmosphere itself, coming from the East Coast playing football, going to the West Coast to play football.
Like
so,
in a culture shock.
yeah, definitely. Time difference and all that. So the game faster, they do a little, that's when I realized like, okay, the game kind of changing because when I was on the East Coast, it was more so running the ball versus on the West Coast, it was passing the ball. So, I mean, it was an eye-opener for me, and it was kind of good for me based on my position. So
Yeah, because the West Coast type of offense kind of like gave you an opportunity to shine for real.
Absolutely. So I went there, and then I started getting scholarships, schools calling me, D1s, D1 AA's, and then I ain't making no decision yet. So then my sophomore year, I balled out. I led the state and JUCO interceptions, and I won all conference, all region, all California, all JUCO. And around that time, it was like more schools was coming, like big time schools. So then it was really time for me to make a decision of what I wanted to do, where I wanted to go. So I was calling my mother back home every day, checking in with her, seeing what she think. And then they start throwing in. I all right, we're gonna bring you on visits and this and that. But I still had to do school.
Right.
So how school set up there is like, I had a certain amount of credits, but there's different when you're a freshman. You can only take a certain amount, and you gotta have a certain amount to get out. So it was like, I was kind of playing catch up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So my sophomore year, I was supposed to come out in the springtime. So if you're a JUCO player, they want you to come out either in the fall or in the spring. So I was supposed to come out in the springtime, but come to find out, my advisor had messed my credits up. So I had to stay for the summer, and a lot of the schools bailed on me, took the offers away. And it was only like maybe like 6, 7 schools that stayed with me. So then I had went on a visit to University of New Mexico.
Right.
And they offered me the most money, they showed me the most love, and I felt like it was home.
Right.
So I ended up committing there, going there for 2
It
years.
was like home for us, like the West Coast, or home just like how you experienced when you was here, like
It was home for me for us, like
just the coaches, giving
both
love.
kind of, because it was like in Cali, you know, it's more diverse versus Baltimore, it's majority black. You know what I'm saying? So it was kind of diverse. So I was kind of used to that and used to the Baltimore thing as well. So I mean, it just felt like comfortable for me. It felt like that's where I should be.
Right.
And when I got there, it was everything I thought it was going to be. So it was definitely worth it all.
Did you go on any other visits, or you just went there? And
I went to a school called Humboldt. That's in California. I went to San Jose State.
D1.
Humboldt was a D1 AA. I went to San Jose State. That was really it. Once I got to New Mexico, it was like I just felt good there. So I went with what I felt.
Right. What your JUCO experience was? I mean, from the novice person who really don't really know too much about the JUCO experience, is it similar to like how Last Chance U was on Netflix? I don't know if you're familiar with that.
Yeah, absolutely. But Last Chance U, they got provided houses.
Oh, okay.
We didn't get provided that. So in California, you got to find your own.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So then you got to pay out your pocket.
Right.
And it all go that way. You know what I'm saying?
But the
for
hunger
me,
though.
yeah. You got
Hunger.
it's a mentality thing. You got to be mentally strong to actually do and go that JUCO route, because you know, everybody that go JUCO will say, "Oh, I want to go D1," but everybody's not going to go D1.
Right.
That's just how the game goes.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But you got to be mentally tough, because it's bigger than just football. In school, it's a life you live. You know what I'm saying? I'm thousands of miles away from where I'm from, and you know, I can't call my mother and go around.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It was like I got to provide for myself, and at that time it was like you either gonna be a boy or a man at that time.
That's what I was gonna say. Did it make you grow up faster than you
absolutely.
even expected or even wanted to?
Absolutely, had to. You know what I'm saying? It was like I said, I can't call my mother or father and they do this and that for me. It's like I gotta do it on my own. I had to, you know, I'll be tired at the practice, probably get like maybe an hour and a half nap, and you gotta go to work.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Come back home, got class in the morning, then practice. So I mean, it was all worth it, but you know.
You ever get like homesick from being all the way across the country?
All the time. One time I begged my mother for like a week straight just to let me come home.
Yeah, right.
She wouldn't do it. She's like, "You alright? You'll be alright. I'd rather you be there than here."
Yeah,
you know what I'm
because
saying?
there's so much going on here.
Absolutely. So it was like I tried to come home with spring break. Only time she really would let me come home is like
holiday.
winter breaks,
summer
breaks. But in the summertime, she only would let me stay for like 2 weeks. So you know, you can't go against your mother at that time.
No, but you know your mother always
know best.
Yeah, know best, and she's not gonna guide you in the wrong direction, and it all panned out. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, I remember at times when I was living in New York, I used to want to come home every weekend. You know what I mean? Just missing my parents. You know what I mean? Just things like that. But the drive kind of like motivates you to stay. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And then it made it kind of better because I had some Baltimore guys that actually came out there with me my second year. So, you know, we made it look good. You know, it was like we would post stuff on social media. Everybody think we living a life, but really we struggling. We eat peanut butter and jelly, stealing pizza from 7-Eleven and stuff like that every night. You know what I'm saying? So it was crazy, but it was like, now that I think back on it, just made me more who I am and make me want it.
Absolutely right.
You know what I'm saying?
So speak on the process of like when you got to the D1 to New Mexico, and then like going into like being a professional and trying to get into like the NFL, that whole process.
Like your mind state, like the regiment, you know what I mean?
When I got to D1, it was like, all right, well now I know it's gonna be everybody at this level is good. In JUCO, everybody is good, but then you can really tell the difference in JUCO of who's a D1 guy, who's a D2 guy, who's just a regular, you know what I'm saying?
Off the street.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So you can tell the difference. But at D1, everybody's good. So what separates you is your technique. Just like with the league, everybody good, but everybody athletic, but what separates you is your technique. You know what I'm saying? Your preparation.
Right.
So when I got to D1, I realized like it was I loved it because I was getting free meals, you know, like steak, lobster, shrimp, everything you want. You know what I'm saying? You get your own space, own apartment. It was like my whole life changed. So I was loving it.
Did it like make you more lackadaisical?
Oh yeah. No, it ain't never make me lackadaisical. It just made me more comfortable. Like now I can really, I'm eating good, so now I can really perform how I want.
Right.
And you ain't got to worry about.
Exactly. I ain't got to worry about going to work. None of that. You know what I'm saying? Because they pay you like every 2 weeks.
Right.
You get a stipend.
Right.
So it's like, all right, well, I ain't got to work. The only thing they want you to focus on football and school.
Hold up. You said they pay you, so
yeah.
We hear a bunch of like.
I don't mean like literally pay you. It's like a scholarship check.
Oh, yeah, I understand.
Like a refund check.
Yeah, like yeah.
What's the dude name from Connecticut? I forgot the basketball player. He won that, like was killing the national championship. I'm mad because I know his name.
He in the NBA?
No, he's not in the NBA, but he was like hooping and then like his like celebration speech, like how you feel about winning? And they was like I feel good, but I ain't even eat this week. You know what I mean? Like do you experience that type of stuff?
Oh yeah, sometimes absolutely. I mean D1 players you can go through the same thing, but it just depends on how you spend your money.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So some players get theirs for a month. So it might be like a monthly stipend, or maybe like I'm gonna say maybe about $1,600.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You got that for the whole month until the next month comes around. Some people blow their money, some people don't. You know what I'm saying? So it could go either way.
Right. Do they have like opportunities where you can work at the school? Like,
oh yeah.
Yeah,
you can do that too. You can go on campus. You can be a mailman. You can just like at my school. That's what I did. I was a mailman, so like I literally go deliver little packages and I get extra money added on. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to do it. You can do it, but
right.
You know what I'm saying? That's up to you. Like I would do it like twice a week, and it'll go extra money towards my monthly stipend, and that'll be what it was. But like I said, when you're a D1 athlete and they paying for you to go to school, the only thing they want you to worry about is football and school.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? All the extracurricular activity, that's on you and what you do, but they just want you to be smart.
Right. So you went to New Mexico, right?
Yeah.
I mean, went on a regimen, started getting on point, probably weight training and all that type of stuff. Mm-hmm. Like, explain that process.
Well, in JUCO, we had a little weight program, but it wasn't as intense as D1.
Right.
When I got to my D1 school in New Mexico, it was like every morning. You know what I'm saying? We had workout, a little slight workout stretch. Then we got practice. Then after practice, you got your heavy lift and you got your protein shakes and all that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Then you got to go to class. So it was just a process of like, off season was more lifting and running and getting in shape, getting ready for the season, getting stronger, all that type of stuff, more explosive, everything like that. So the springtime and the summertime was more so the grind, like the working out part. But during the season, you don't really lift that much because you're playing games every Saturday and you're practicing every day. So I mean, it was a transition for me because it was just different. It was faster. You know what I'm saying? Everything at that level was like this. Like they don't got time for you to be walking around, like all that walking, they don't do that. Everything is like you either jogging or you running. You know what I'm saying? So it ain't, you know what I'm saying? That's another thing you gotta be mentally prepared for, especially as a high school kid coming in, thinking you're gonna play right away. Right. When that's not even the case sometimes.
Do you get put in a mind frame like once you go to a D1 and you like performing at a level that you feel like is a high level? Do you feel like, yeah, I'm bound to go to the next level? Is that like your type of mind frame, or like how's your mind frame going in? Like when you D1, I mean, when you be like I'm getting education, or you like I'm going to the pros type.
Well, I mean, I can't speak for everybody else, but my mindset in general with me going in was I'm gonna get my education and I'm gonna get to the league. Yeah. I already had that in my mind since I was in high school. Right. You know what I'm saying? So I instilled that. It was like I knew what my goal was and what I was going to do. I'm sure your mother also. Yeah, absolutely. So, you know, when the time came around, it was like now I'm here. Now how I'm going to embrace it. Right. You feel me? So it was like, all right, I did what I had to do on the field. I did what I had to do in the classroom, and it all worked itself out. But I mean, if you go in there with the mindset that you just going to the league, you're gonna end up failing in the classroom. You ain't gonna be able to play. Right. You feel me? So it's all in how you want to go about it. If you're gonna go to school and just go to school and just be on the football team and get your school paid for, you know what I'm saying? Some people do that. Yeah, right. You feel me? So it's just based on how you want to go about it, really. But I mean, you'll know. if you balling and doing what you're supposed to do, you'll know.
Right.
Your coach will be calling you in that office every week.
Right.
You know, look, this team looking at you, da da da.
Right.
Yeah, so that's how it pretty much was. It was like, at my junior year, I got there. My junior year, I ain't start until about, I want to say the 5th game. And after the 5th game, I just took off. And it was like my senior year, he was like,
it was on Nias Island,
yeah,
for real,
absolutely.
like, we shut shit
Absolutely.
down.
My coach was loving me, so it was like, you know, he told me, like, you got a shot. And then my senior year, when it came down, he was like, this is really going to be a big year for you. So he told me that. It was like, and he would constantly be on me, like, he wouldn't, and that's another thing, my coach wouldn't let me settle or let me, like, get like available. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was one of them coaches where it's like, if he even felt like I was being lazy or anything like that, nah, he'll yell at me, you know what I'm saying? But me, I can take criticism, so he knew that, you know what I'm saying? So it all worked out for me, for real.
So what was the atmosphere like playing in the college game? Because coming from high school, we had good atmospheres at Dunbar because
It
it's
just
like
depends
the
on
top
what
school in the
atmosphere
city.
You want to look at. You want to look at it from the fans or the females, or they just. It's something that I would want all my friends and even my son to experience. Because it's like when you walk out of that stadium, it's like you get the chills, and then it's like it's game time, and then when you're in a game, you just hear the noises and loud. Like you don't even. It's whereas you gotta pay attention to the sideline and the signal calls because you can't hear it. You know what I'm saying? It was to the point where my quarterback and my linebacker had to put like earplugs in their ear just to give us the plays. You see what I'm saying? So it'd be so loud and it's crazy.
That's like every game
Every
or
game.
like,
Every
what was the biggest game you played in?
It was probably either when we played Boise State at Boise State on the blue turf.
That was tough, what?
Either that game or our rival New Mexico State.
Right.
That game is always packed. There's always a lot of people, alumni, everything like
Right.
that. So it's out of those two. I know we went up to Boise, we beat them on the blue turf. Like my ears was done.
That was probably
definitely-
wow.
That had to have been like one of the
Yeah,
best
one
feelings.
of the best feelings in the world to beat us because we was like a 15-point underdog. You know what I'm saying? So they was expecting us to get blown out. We went up there and beat them, and then we flexed all in their field and all that. So
That's what's up.
it was definitely a good feeling, though. I ain't gonna lie.
Right. So you took all that, you know what I mean, did what you had to do as far as like in school, focusing on your schoolwork, did what you had to do on the field, and then now your mind frame is going to that next level. Like, so where did you go to the next level?
So after my senior year, when my season was over, we went to the bowl game. We won the bowl game and everything like that. I want to say like 2 weeks later, my coach had called me in and was like, I've been getting calls about you a lot lately. It's your upcoming draft, da da da. I'm like, all right, well, what you thinking? He's like, I think you need to go away or go somewhere and train for your pro day and all that. So I'm like, all right, well, I still got to finish such and such classes. All right, we're going to take care of that. So I finished my classes, and then I had to do some more classes online. So when I went home for winter break, I ain't never go back to New Mexico. I stayed here, and I trained with my trainer named Coach Kev. And I would train with him like twice a day, in the morning and at night. And I trained twice a day. I was eating different. I was training on my speed, training on combine drills for real. So after that happened, I went through that whole process. I trained for about 3.5 months, from December to about March. And then I had my pro day. And I got invited.
Mexico,
I had to go to New Mexico. I had my pro day in March, but before that, I got invited to an All-Star game. I went and played in the All-Star game, and then I was like, all right, I did my thing there. The scouts was there. I was getting called in. They was calling me, talking to me. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, all right, cool. So I had to go back to training, start training. So now I was getting ready for my pro day. So I want to say I took maybe about a week off just to relax my body, start massaging and like chiropractics and stuff like that. And then I flew to New Mexico, and my trainer flew with me. And I went to my pro day, and I just put on a show. And then once I did that, the teams at the Wars like called me in the office and was talking to me. Like, we really like you. We're looking forward to, drafting you and all that. So after you do all that, now it's just like a waiting game.
Right.
I went to my pro day, and it was like, the main talk was if I could run this and that, if I was fast, if I could jump this and that. So my pro day, I ran a 4.4. I jumped a 38, I bench pressed 225 16 times. So all my numbers panned out better than most of the guys at the combine. So it's like.
Was you satisfied with all your numbers? Like,
yeah, I was satisfied except for with one. My 5'10", 5. I did a 4.1, but when I was training, I was doing a 3.9 for a flat. So it I wasn't disappointed in myself, but that's still a good number. But you know, I hold myself to high. Yeah, exactly. So after I did that, my phone was like, my agent phone was ringing like all the time. So now it's just a waiting game. I was just still training, waiting to see what's gonna happen in the draft. So day 1 came, day 1 went by, day 2 went by. Day 3 went by, so now my mom thinking like, all right, maybe I won't get drafted, maybe, you know what I'm saying, I might just get a shot. So it's crazy because the same day of the last day of the draft, my little sister went to prom.
Right.
So everybody was at the house, you know, we getting ready to see her off to prom, and you know, I'm just waiting for the call to see what's gonna happen. I'm hoping they call before my sister goes to prom.
Right.
So my sister left for prom, so everybody's still there just waiting to see what's gonna happen. So probably like 20, 25 minutes later, my phone rang, and I was downstairs, and I'm like, I answered the phone, and it's a guy named Bernard, and he was like, how you feel about playing home? And I was like, what you say your name was again? He told me, he was like, how you feel about playing home? I'm like, what you mean? He's like, how you feel about playing home with the Baltimore Ravens? So I'm like, I mean, I love it. I love the opportunity to play with the Ravens. And at the same time, on the other line, it was another number calling me from Indiana. It was the Colts.
Right.
So it was the Colts and the Ravens, and then the Jets was calling my agent. So now I had to make a decision. So
I know that had to be a crazy feeling.
Yeah, so in that situation, you picked what you want to do.
Yeah, because I didn't get drafted.
Oh, okay.
I got undrafted. So the draft was over, so now it's undrafted. You get to pick where you want to go.
It's a lot of situations like, yo, do I want to play for the home team?
Yeah,
do I want to get bumped? Like,
yeah, so it was like I had to really weigh my odds. So when
you gotta look at the options.
Yeah,
like,
so
who they got a corner here?
Yeah, in a 10-minute time span, I had to really like sit down and think. Like,
yeah,
around that time we had,
you know what I'm
we had
saying?
Sharif Wright.
Yeah, so I'm like, I had to think
like,
all right, where I want to go, what's my odds of doing this and that. So I sat down and all my family was there. And I just went upstairs with my father and my mother and locked the door. Like, what y'all think? Like, which way you think I should go? And my father was like, I don't really want you home. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, well, that's kind of like the best opportunity as far as the corners go right now.
Right.
So he like, well, you know, whatever you decide, you know what I'm saying? My mother was like, I'm on the same thing. So then I just called the Ravens back, like, I want to stay home.
Oh, you should have went with the your pops, yo.
You know what I'm saying? And it was like, I went there, and he was like, well, we glad to have you. And then me and my family celebrated and everything like that. So then I want to say like 30 minutes later, a lady called me on the phone. She was like, this Nias Martin. I'm like, yes. She like, can you send me your banking information? And I'm like, who is this?
Right.
You know, she's like, this is such and such for the Ravens. I'm like, all right. You're like, we gonna
did you
sign.
trust it though?
Yeah, I trusted it. You ain't gonna say no. So she like, yeah, we signing you to this and that. You know what I'm saying? So we gonna send it over. I'm like, all right, bet. So she sent it to my email, and I was look.
So was this set up by your agent? Like,
yeah, they talked to my agent first, but then called me. So
did that dealing with your agent? Did that affect like the team?
Oh yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, because my agent was like, you know, this is the best opportunity. So it was like, all right, whatever. So after I checked the email, I'm looking like, all right, maybe she just gonna send a contract, but she sent the numbers.
Right.
And I like dropped, like,
sheesh.
like, dang. Right. So then she called me back, like right after that, like, send me your stuff. We gonna send you your signing bonus. I'm like, all right. So after that day went by. I woke up the next morning. I was rich. You feel me? I was rich. I was like, I went to my father like, yo, look at this.
Right.
My father had me on lockdown for a whole week.
Shit, ain't nothing wrong with that.
I couldn't even talk. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking like my count went from almost in the negatives to, I'm like, what the? It was just like, I couldn't even believe it was real.
Did you come from a background where your family had you or
that? I mean, I came from a background where my mother and father struggled. You know what I'm saying? It was me, my little brother, my little sister. So it was like they struggled
through college.
Exactly.
And
So it was like, you know what I'm saying? I was so in shock that I couldn't even cry.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I couldn't even like really break down.
What was your first big purchase?
So to me, it was just, I'm gonna get to that. So to me, it was like, what do I do?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And my father was like, nah, you stay in the house. I'm like, come on, man. Yeah, I get it. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't knowing that type of time.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it was to the point that my whole family came back over. We had another little get together, and they was letting everybody know I signed with the Ravens. And like the time, even the day of when I got signed, my phone was like going ridiculously crazy. Like I didn't even post nothing on social media.
Right.
I don't even know how people knew, but it was people pulling up to my house, like friends that I knew, and like other people. Right, it was like a big block party.
You think that was from like?
But I think it was because some of my friends posted on social media, but I didn't post. I didn't know though, because like during the time my father had took my phone, like, nah, enjoy your time with your family, da da da. I'm like, all right, cool, I'm gonna do that.
Right.
And then that time being, it was like, this is crazy. Like I couldn't even believe I got drafted. Then when I woke up in the morning and seen that, I was just like, damn, I'm really in the NFL. Like,
right.
So.
You didn't have like any bad experiences with your agent, you know what I mean?
Nah.
You get all that bread.
Nah, my agent always been a cool guy, you know what I'm saying? He ain't never been no money hungry type of dude because he played football.
Oh, wow.
Where did you meet your agent? Like who
I met my agent when I was in California.
Oh, wow.
Dude, he's still your agent now?
Yeah, he's still my agent. He's a good dude, you know what I'm saying? He played football, so he know the grind, he know what it takes. He ain't one of them guys on the other side that's just all about the money or just a politic of football. He never played a sport like
Drew Rosenhaus.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, so he understand the grind, he understand what it took to get where I was at. And it was just like, wow, like so when I got on the phone with them, he called me like I told you. You know what I'm saying? He's like, I ain't even in shock because I knew it was gonna happen.
Exactly.
He was like, now you just gotta keep going.
Right.
I was like, that's a bet. And ever since then, we've been riding and it was just that.
So you get with the Ravens, and then how was that experience?
So I got with the Ravens, so then that Friday we had to go in the rookie minicamp. So I'm there with Marlon Humphrey, a couple other guys that they brought in, Tyus Bowser, a couple other guys like that. You know what I'm saying? Those guys around that time.
Like you said, you went from JUCO, you got a different experience, like, all right, this is not high school anymore. Then you went to D1, you realize this ain't JUCO no more. Then you go to the NFL, you realize, like, dang, like, this is a whole other experience.
Well, I didn't realize that until I got to camp with the vets.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because during rookie mini camp,
it felt like college.
It was just college. All of us just came from college.
Right.
So none of us really had a transition. But the one thing that was different from college and the NFL is the playbook. You know what I'm saying? We got there the first day, we met Harbaugh, we met everybody. You know what I'm saying? They set us down. Defense, special teams, defense, and position, you know what I'm saying? How that go. Did that, and then they dropped the playbook to us that's probably as big as this book. You know what I'm saying?
You gotta remember that before.
For 3 days though. We was only there for a weekend. So they gave us 40 plays one day, 40 plays another day. So now you gotta remember 80 plays along with audibles and checks.
Was the terminology crazy? Like you was like, what is this? Or was it similar to
when you get that book, yeah, you're gonna say what is this, but
you approach it like I'm gonna remember my position, or you like
you approach it like you remember what you gotta do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Versus then once you realize what you gotta do and what the call is, then you can realize what everybody else knows.
Right.
You know, so it was a lot of meetings. We only practiced like once or twice a day, so it was a lot of meetings. And luckily, my safety that I played with in college, he got picked up by the Ravens too.
Right.
So he was real smart. So I was with him.
Right.
Like we was roommates, so we was going over the plays every night and all that type of stuff.
That's always good to have somebody that help you through that process.
Yeah. So it was just like, all right, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that, we're gonna look over it, boom. So we was in the room actually reminiscing. I mean, like really acting it out. Like, all right, I got this, check this. You know what I'm saying? So. Then we did that. We did the camp.
Because at that point, it's like a job.
Yeah, absolutely. That's your job.
That's all you need to focus on.
That's your job. So we did that. We competed all weekend, and then the last day they had made cuts or whatever, and they cut a couple people, and they kept me, him, Marlon, of course, other guys, and then that's when we went to the vet training camp with the vets.
Right. I got it.
Yeah. So now you're there with like Terrell Suggs. Flacco, all them.
I'm sure you picked off Flacco a couple times. You know, he was kind of trash.
Nah.
Oh, he had practice. He elite.
Flacco didn't practice during camp. Like he knew what he wanted.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He was gonna play regardless.
Right.
So I ain't never.
Who was the backups?
I ain't never really. It was like rookies and you know what I'm saying. Like he got to practice towards the end, like when it was preseason time. Right. You know what I'm saying? But they gave him all that money, so they ain't really. Yeah, they weren't really tripping about all that other stuff. So.
Right.
But I got to go against like Crabtree, those guys. So you know, it was definitely faster, smarter. You got to really see where you was at. You know what I'm saying? Then being alongside somebody who went to Alabama like Marlon Humphreys, and they think highly of him, and I'm balling just like him, and Tavon Young, and those guys. It was like, oh well, I could play with them. I should have played at Bama or Ohio State, or whatever the case may be, but. They just got that opportunity more than I did. So, but it definitely was like eye opening.
Right.
You know, just talking to the vets and those guys, and they, you know, and the vets wasn't those guys that was like hating on you. You know what I'm saying? They wanted to embrace the young guys because they know their time going in. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, all right. And Jimmy Smith was a guy that really kind of helped me. You know, he was like, you ain't that big, but you got heart.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He kind of helped me, and then they was just like.
So you feel like a lot of players excel because like heart wise, or probably like the athleticism, or maybe just their knowledge of
really it's just really a lot of players excel because of opportunity.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If you do what you're supposed to do and you know the plays and you get your opportunity, you make the best of it. You can't lose.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like for example, like if you're a first round draft pick, they already put millions of dollars into you, so they not gonna just cut you off of that. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna have endless times to make mistakes and you'll be fine versus a guy like me who was undrafted.
You only got one opportunity.
Yeah, you're not gonna get too many times to make a mistake.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So you know,
were you confident in yourself, like far as like how you handled yourself?
Oh yeah.
Far as you know, you felt like you played elite at every you know
every level. I feel like that, you know, but some things happen and that's life.
Right.
You know, you're either gonna keep moving or you're not. So
right.
It's like, all right, cool. So and I went through the whole process and everything like that. They just kept me on the practice squad. I ain't never get to play like in a real live game.
Right.
And then they eventually let me go. And it was like, all right, cool, whatever.
How was your mind frame like at the?
I mean, at the time, you know, I was mad. You know, I wouldn't say I was mad, but I was down. Like, what could I have done? What should I have done?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But I didn't beat myself up about it because
Yeah,
I knew I wasn't done. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I knew I wasn't done. So it was really just like really an eye opener for me. I just took it as more fuel, you know, to the fire. So it was like, all right, it is what it is. And then that time, my agent was like reaching out to teams, seeing what they need. But at that time, it was tough. It was mid through the season. He wasn't really, you know what I'm saying? So,
at any point, like during that time, did you ever feel like I'm just gonna go try to do something else, or like?
I mean, yeah, I thought about it, but I don't love nothing else, or you know, into as much as I
love for the game.
Yeah, I put in a lot of work and a lot of time just to say, forget it.
Right.
You feel me? And I'm young still, so it's like, why would I just hang my cleats up?
Right.
You know
Exactly.
So that's how I looked at it.
Well,
I just kept going.
You had your opportunity with the Ravens, and now you moved on to another step. You know what I mean? So, how do you feel like you handling that situation as far as like the Arena League?
First of all, how you found out about it? Like you told me like off camera that you didn't know nothing about it.
I didn't. I didn't know nothing about it. So after the Ravens thing, no team was really trying to like give me a shot, whatever the case. So I had took a year off. I was just training. I was just working. I got a job. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna just work. I'm gonna just train. Wasn't feeling. I go to work every day like this ain't for me. You know what I'm saying? But I had to do what I had to do. So I'm like, it is what it is. So then after that, I was at work one day and my agent called me like, what you doing? You training? I'm like, nah, I'm at work. I'm gonna go work out later. He like, I got opportunity for you. It might not be what you thinking, but it's something. Just to get some film. So I'm like, all right, cool. What is it? He like, arena football. I'm like, yo, I'm not playing inside, running into no walls. Like, no, I'm not doing
do what you see.
You know what I'm saying? He like, trust me, it'll be worth it. I'm like, all right. So he set up a workout for me and all that. And I went to the workout. And I'm like, I hope they don't think we about to practice running into these walls. The walls that they had was like blow up walls, so it was like they not the real walls.
Right.
So I'm like, all right, well, whatever. So
Did y'all really like practice running into them?
Yeah, we started running routes and all that. We was running into them and like covering. Like, it was crazy. So
that's different when you go from an open field and now you got walls around it.
It's crazy. Like every.
You feel like you excelling?
Yeah, I mean, from that time to now, I've came a long way because when I went there, I did the workout, I dominated. They called me that night, like, we want you to come to another workout.
Right.
Went to another workout, I dominated. They're like, all right, we want you to come to camp.
Right.
Went to camp, I dominated. They're like, all right, we want you to put on the team.
Right.
Kind of found out I didn't even really play. I was on the practice squad there because they had the Hall of Famer that played the same position as me.
Right.
And they wasn't about to, you know what I'm saying? I'm like,
It's kind of like money wise.
yeah, so I'm like, all right, cool. I'll sit behind them or whatever the case may be and learn from them.
Right.
You know, every week they kept telling me like, oh, you gonna get your chance, you gonna get your chance, and I'm just like, all right, I'm gonna continue to work, stay humble, you know, and I ain't never get my chance. And then like the next year they called me back, like, which was this year, like, we want you back. You know, we're gonna have a lot more money for you. It's gonna be your year to shine. Blah, blah, blah. So I'm like, all right, cool. I did that, came back. I kind of started off slow. You know, I had to get used to the game because the game much faster. Everything is off of timing.
Yeah,
The routes quick.
Right.
You got somebody running at you full speed.
Yeah, what was that like? Like, you know,
it's
when
different. It's
like,
tough. You
they
know
just
what I'm saying?
standing still, but then arena they running off the stuff.
at you. They already got an advantage, and it's tough. So it's like, you gotta be a dog in that league. You gotta be able to withstand the walls.
Right.
You going to run into the walls.
Right.
Like they always tell you, the wall is undefeated.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
it was different. And like I said, this year I got off to like a slow start. My first 3 games I did alright. I didn't do my best, you know. And then once because I never played in a real game. I just would practice.
Right.
You know, practice different than a game.
Right.
So my first 3 games, I kind of started off slow, but I was progressing every game. You know, so then my 4th game, I just like turned up. I caught 3 picks in 1 game. I scored twice on 2 of them. And then after that, from that point on, I just was like killing.
You think early on you kind of like didn't really have the confidence because you came like, all right, I ain't starting or I ain't really getting the opportunity, so I ain't gonna really give it my all. And then once you finally got the opportunity, you was like, damn, I'm about to go hard. Like,
I don't think it was really my confidence. I just think that I just didn't have my swag at the time.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I was just getting used to it. So it was like once I got those 3 games under my belt, it's like, all right, now I just relax, just be comfortable, play your game.
Right.
And then I sat down with my coach, like, look, just let me play this game. I promise you, you're going. You know what I'm saying? Because he was like, all right, I'm gonna just let you play.
Right.
And he just let me play, and I went out there and was killing.
Right.
And then I realized that, you know, I was thinking a little bit too much. I was trying to do too much.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, all right, I'm gonna just ball and play. And after that, I start killing. Like I had a great year. We lost in the playoffs, but I had a great year for it to be what it was. So.
Yeah, I was looking at the stats and I seen that you was like, I think third in tackles.
Mm-hmm.
I was like,
third in tackles. I was second on the team in picks. I had the most defensive touchdowns. I won Defensive Player of the Week. I had 15 tackles in 1 game. So I mean, I had 3 picks in 1 game. So I mean, I was just
looking back, do you ever think like I regret my decision for picking the Ravens, or do you feel like I
don't regret nothing I've done, man.
Right.
You know, everything happened for a reason.
Right.
You know, you was just like, you gotta learn from it. You know, it's life. Like, we're gonna make decisions that we wish we didn't make, but
Absolutely.
we can't
Just
change
learn
it.
from it.
You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Just
So
learn
it's just like, it's just a learning experience, you know. So I ball out next year, NFL door open again.
Yeah, I was about to ask that. Do you like look forward to like
playing
in the NFL one day?
Yeah, I look forward to getting back in there.
Right.
You know, I work too hard.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Now I got something that's an even bigger motivator, which is my son.
Yeah,
So it's
absolutely.
like, I want him to be able to see me play.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's like, all right, he could be like, oh yeah, my fault, I did this and did that. And then I can teach him the game if that's what he wanted to do.
Right.
So, I mean, I look forward to getting back there. My agent always doing what he's supposed to be, reaching out to teams and saying what they need, you know. But like I told myself this time, I get in that door, my foot ain't coming up out of neck.
Have you seen people that came from the AFL and went to the NFL?
Oh, yeah.
That you played with
all the time?
Like Kurt Warner. Oh no, they
Well, recently, 2 receivers I just went against this past year got a chance in the NFL. One of them won receiver of the year, and he won offensive player of the year. And he got in a shot with the Bears, and another one got shot with the Panthers.
Right.
So I mean, everybody, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So the opportunity is there.
Right.
It's just who gonna give you one?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because that's really what it is. When you get your opportunity, what you gonna do with it?
Right.
That's really all it is.
So when it's all said and done, say you don't really get the opportunity you want, and your experience while you were in school, like you feel like your schooling and the degree that you got will help you like after.
Oh yeah, I mean I've already invested into that as far as like my own business.
Right.
What did you major in? Like.
Well, when I was at school, I majored in theater and I majored in communication.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because we didn't have a music major. I like music.
Right.
So it's like, that was my focus. Like, I want to build my own brand. I want to build my own record label.
Right.
So in the time being, when I was in college till now, I still every day work on that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I plan on launching that next year.
Yeah.
So it's like,
that.
you know, I don't want to work for nobody.
You ever thought about rapping?
Nah, ain't for me.
Right.
That ain't the way I want to go. You know, I want to be the Diddy of it.
Yeah, right. Sure, ain't nothing wrong with that.
My little brother,
Norman, he be rapping.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
I spit one rap now. Now you want me to?
I mean that's the way I want to go. My little brother rap, my cousin rap, my best friend is a DJ. He DJ for Shorty. So I mean, you know, it's I got people around me that do music. You know what I'm saying? It's like I could go that way, but that's not my image. That's not who I want to be.
Right.
I rather be behind the scenes, you know.
Absolutely.
Like, you know, just getting money and doing, loving the music, being on the producer side of it, or, you know, meeting people and advertising my artists, whatever the case may be. So that's really where I'm at with it when I hang my cleats up.
Right.
And let me ask this: in your opinion, who's the top corner in the NFL?
Right now,
Yeah.
I don't know. It's debatable because you got, in my eyes, if I give you 3 right now, I would have to say Stephon Gilmore,
Tough.
Marlon Humphrey.
Put Marlon Humphrey in that list?
Come on, man. You see what he playing?
Yeah, I see where you playing.
That's what I'm saying. Now I'm gonna keep it a G. I done seen Marlon shut down Julio,
Odell.
AB, Odell. He got a test Sunday. If he shut D-Hop down, how can you not say he's not the best player?
You right.
He shut Juju down.
You right.
He making plays. He balling.
You right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, if he shut D-Hop down, who is arguably one of the best receivers, he gonna stay in my top 3. And he a dog. You know what I'm saying? So
Who your last one?
my last one,
Jalen.
he gotta have it.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
right.
But just based off his production and the player he is, you know, but if I gotta go career-wise, I'm going Patrick Peterson.
Right.
Best corner in the league. Cover guys in the slot on the outside. He probably your best receiver. He been doing it for years.
Right.
He had a little slump, but you know, to me, that's why I always out of my game. Pat P, Joe Hayden,
You
guys like that.
You still fancy the home team? Still
Oh
like
yeah,
the Ravens?
yeah. I like the Ravens. They're not my favorite team, but I like the Ravens.
Because you a Cowboys fan, right?
Absolutely.
Man, ain't nothing wrong with that. You know they call it America's team, so I ain't mad at that.
I mean, I don't got nothing against the Ravens at all, but you know, it's a
Jackson out here
business.
killing
Yeah,
it.
absolutely.
Killing
Absolutely.
him.
I hope he win MVP because they hate him.
Cowboys and the Ravens in the Super Bowl. Who you rooting for?
What kind of question is that?
Yo, I mean, you ain't gonna you in the city. I guarantee you go to a party. You
And I'm betting my money on my team.
Sheesh,
I'm
that's
not,
crazy.
I like Lamar. He's a dog, and they hate him. They hating on him bad,
Yeah.
and he just staying humble, so he killing them with it.
So Lamar better than that?
Absolutely, right now. Yes,
Oh.
sir.
At
I
least
keep
you
it a G.
been honest. At
I
least
keep
you
it a
been
G.
honest. That's what it
I
is.
keep it a G. He better than that
Right.
right now. But career-wise, nah. Right now,
Dak only played, what, 3 years, something like that?
I'm just saying. When it's said and done, Lamar, Pat Mahomes, Dak, Deshaun Watson, they're gonna be the face of the league.
That's what's
That's
up.
what I think.
Man, we gonna, definitely, we're gonna end it with that, yo. I appreciate you coming out, yo.
I
You
appreciate it.
know,
I
appreciate your
appreciate it,
story,
man.
yo.
Appreciate it.
Wish you all success and all that. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Everything.
thank you.
Oh, one last thing. I see you got the loyalty on. Is that something special or something?
Oh yeah, it's my cousin, my family. His clothing line. His name is Corey. LRF clothing line. It's on 25th Street.
Right.
You know, I've been wearing this since I was in high school.
Right.
He got his own store on 25th Street. Like I said, it stands for love, respect, loyalty. That's what LRL stands for. And this hoodie just loyalty, of course.
True.
That's something I'm big on as well. So,
Definitely.
you know, I support family, support black businesses as well. So, it's like, yeah.
Still.
Yeah. Well, give people like your social medias and you know what I mean, all that type of special stuff.
Well, you can follow me on Instagram, Twitter. It's all the same. IN_SAIN. It's my name backwards, but you know. And I got the name originally from my mother because she said when I'm on the field, I'm a different person, and I act insane. So that's where I got my Instagram.
That's dope.
Yeah.
So when the season starts?
Season start back up in April. Right now, the league suspended on operations, so it's going to come back around that time. They doing some stuff. I don't know exactly what. I couldn't tell you, but you know,
The politics.
yeah. So we'll see how it goes from there.
Right. Yeah, man. I appreciate you coming
Yeah,
out.
definitely appreciate the opportunity, bro.
Definitely.
Appreciate that.
Well, I'm Norman Fang,
And I'm King Ransom.
and this Fang from Ransom.